Michigan Democrats will choose their nominee in one of the most closely watched Senate primaries in the country come tomorrow. Congresswoman Haley Stevens and former Detroit Health Director, Abdul El-Sayed, they are competing in a race that many experts are calling a national test of the Democratic Party's identity.
Some political observers say the results could shape campaign strategies well beyond Michigan as Democrats look towards 2028. Steve Iwanek spoke with a political science analyst today. Steve, you're also going to Detroit tomorrow night to cover this race, so this is turning into a big deal.
Very big deal, Kaylee and Jeff. It's a race with the nation's eyes all on it, including my own. And it's also a chance for the nation to see whether a progressive challenger to an establishment-backed Congresswoman can set the tone for November and beyond.
It has now become an election of national significance.
Tuesday's Democratic Senate primary in Michigan is about more than who advances to November. It's become one of the clearest tests of the Democratic Party's identity. On one side, Congresswoman Haley Stevens, an establishment-backed Democrat endorsed by Governor Gretchen Whitmer and Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer, running on experience, manufacturing, and electability. On the other, former Detroit Health Director Abdul El-Sayed, a progressive backed by Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, promising a bolder vision centered on economic justice and health care. The winner will face Republican candidate Mike Rogers in November.
Michigan's very important. The Senate is really up for grabs in November. The Michigan Senate race is very likely going to be, one of the key deciding races.
Dr. Sam Nelson, a political science professor at the University of Toledo, says the race is about more than policy.
Maybe about other things. The old guard may be kind of showing some cracks. We may be looking at generational change in the Democratic Party.
Nelson points to polling showing younger Democratic voters breaking towards El-Sayed, while older Democrats have tended to favor Stevens. A recent poll from Emerson College shows voters under 50 favor El-Sayed by more than 40 percentage points. Voters older than 60 favor Stevens by 14 points.
Younger Democrats, they don't remember Bill Clinton. They may not remember Barack Obama anymore. Political time moves very fast. And so they may be looking for people who, have a new outlook or a new approach to things.
And while Ohio voters don't have a dog in this fight, Nelson says the implications still reach across the border. Many national polls show El-Sayed with a double-digit lead.
I would also be very surprised if El-Sayed wins by 25 points.
And if that holds true Tuesday night, Nelson says Democrat hopefuls in future elections may take notice.
You could see a lot more progressives running in states where they might not have expected to run. You could see a whole new theory of how to run for president in 28 on the Democratic side.
Now, Michigan election officials say turnout is already outpacing recent primary elections. More than 1.2 million voters have already casted their ballots through early voting or absentee voting, with in-person early voting up nearly 89% compared to the last presidential primary. Polls will open tomorrow morning from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. In studio, Steve Iwanek, WTOL 11.